What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one I'm going to be showing you how to make Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 1, and we're going to be starting it off. This room is not part of it, this is Chapter 1, but we're going to be just getting like a little bit of the way through. I won't be showing you the full map, but we just get up to here with it. But if you want a full map, the tour should be linked at the top. Somewhere around now. And anyway, that's all. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Y'all ready to get this show on the road? Because I sure as hell am not. So quick couple of things that I want to point out to start here. You obviously are going to need Badum Chapter 1 to add on from. Really, you only need the last room, but I mean, that is the last room, so you can see where the issue is there. If you are like I am, and you're above the ground, and you want to fully connect it, because you can technically copy the end room and have it separately made. I just like to keep it all together for the most part. You need 13 blocks of space underneath this particular floor. So if I just take out some block of iron, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And you can see that 13 is that about, and I'm not even close to the ground. You shouldn't have an issue if you aren't like directly against the grass. If you've got a little bit of space, it should be fine. There was definitely one other thing I was going to mention, and unfortunately I don't remember what that is. Oh yeah, ignore the locator bar being there. I'm not going to explain that, but if you've seen other tutorials, I have explained it. And yeah. So you want to head to the door here, and just kind of, if you head inside, just gain your boundaries here. This isn't real, don't look at it. Okay. Basically, you should have this, and you can start by getting out the following. I gotta get back into the Bendy mode. I haven't built Bendy in a while. Chiseled bookshelves. Stripped jungle wood, stripped oak wood, the infamous oak planks, oak stairs, oak slabs. Ooh, I just realized something. Oak trapdoors, I'll mention that in a little bit. Not yet, though. Not important yet. Jungle slabs? Maybe. We'll go with it. We'll see if we'll use it. And I guess beehives seems like the next logical choice. Oh, that's actually really unfortunate, and you'll see why later. So, if you're looking at the door from the outside like so, on both sides you're copying this. In line with the chiseled bookshelves, you want to take the third over from the left, which is this guy, and the second to the right, and extend either one out with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Just make sure they don't face towards the center of the hallway, because you want this kind of part of the texture to be your baseboard. You'll then place an upward facing stripped jungle wood. These are always going to be annoying to place. You're never going to escape it. You'll then do another 4 chiseled bookshelves and then another upward facing stripped jungle wood. Alright. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. You're then going to... On the right side, you're copying it one more time, doing the 4 chiseled bookshelves and stripped jungle wood. If you're having issues placing them, if you're facing them this way, you'll have to crouch and place them, just so you know. And on the left side, you're doing 4 oak planks, and then the same pattern, or the same stripped jungle wood. Then you'll, on both sides, go 4 oak planks and an upward-facing stripped jungle wood, and that'll give you a bit of a marker for your hallway. I'm actually going to take these stripped jungle woods here, and I'm going to connect them together with sideways stripped jungle wood. Will be more important later. Kind of a weird section there, but, you know. Next up, you can... What are we going to do? Bring each stripped jungle wood that is upward facing up by 3. So I guess we'll include these corners. You technically don't need the corners as before, but I'm going to add them anyway. Like so. On top of each chiseled bookshelf, you'll place 3 upward-facing stripped oak wood, and on top of where there's oak planks, you're just placing more oak planks. These should be familiar if you kind of still have it in the back of your head from Chapter 1. It isn't really anything different. You'll just maybe have to get used to a couple things that are changing. Nothing really with the main design, like all this is going to be the same, because I built these in fairly quick succession originally. And then I started building 3 and then stopped. You can actually take the jungle here at the end, this like row of 4, and extend either sideways jungle up with 3 stripped jungle wood that faces up, and you'll just pop some oak planks in the center. We'll wait to fill in the ceiling, but we can fill in the floor to an extent. If you just, take one block below the bottoms of the walls, you bring oak planks out until you are on the last, actually in line with the second strip jungle wood pillar going across like so. This is a staircase directly after this, so that goes down. Should look like this. You want to bring the, I'll just say the 3 jungle wood pillars on either side, which is this kind of corner and these 2. Each down by, what is it, 4? Yeah, by 4, like so. And then I think you're just bringing the walls down with oak planks. I don't think there's anything funny going here. Yeah, you're just placing 4 rows of oak planks below either the oak or the chiseled bookshelves, whatever it'll end up being. Or is it 4 rows? Yeah, it is 4. Counting the 4 is hard. And I also actually would recommend doing the same underneath these oak planks here where the floor was, to kind of just have like a weird right angle. Imagine if you... Imagine Rock Bottom from Bikini Bottom. That's my first thing I'm going to. I will then a block below these walls down here, fill in the rest of the floor here with oak planks, just to have it. Like so. If you remember the staircases go forward if you need a refresher, you can take both like end oak planks here and off of them extend oak planks or oak stairs facing inward in front like so. Then moving towards you from that, you'll have oak trapdoors open up against the wall. You can actually use shelves for this. I think that might look a little bit better, but it's up to you. Then below those trapdoors, you'll have more oak trapdoors that are kind of on the top half of the block that point inwards like so. From those trapdoors forward, you'll have the oak stairs, and then you'll just rinse repeat that until you... I knew that didn't do it. Until you are on the, like, final stair. Which would be this guy right here, the ones that connect to the ground, like so. You don't want more trapdoors after that because there's no point for them. Connect the oak stairs together with oak slabs, and connect those lower trapdoors together with more trapdoors. Again, you'll have to crouch to place these. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Alright. Just like so. And you can actually just walk up these. I think I changed them a little bit in this chapter to make sure that that was actually something you could do. Rather than, I know in some of the ones in chapter 1, it was not able to just be, traversed like that. Get rid of your oak stairs and slabs and get out oak signs and ochre frog lights. And we'll start with these signs. On this little like 2x3 of oak planks kind of on the top of the stairs, you want to take the leftmost block and you'll place an oak sign on it. On the second line, you're gonna need a lot of spaces at the beginning, but I'm gonna start by typing utility on this line, go down a line and type shat. Sure. Shat. Like so. And you can just actually add spaces to these until they're about even. Basically, my reference point is once they go off to the next line, I'll just do 1 backspace. And then I'll go to the next line, and I'll do the same. Like so. And then for the other one, you'll, on the, I guess to the right of that, you'll have another sign. Second line down, you'll have the number 9, and then you'll just add spaces to the back of that again until you do the same thing. This one, the space will go down a line. You can actually leave it there, but I'm going to remove one, and you can see that they're close together. You could also, like, play around with it. Maybe I want 1 less space on these, just for fun. Just have them a little bit more separated. But the one thing is make sure your utility and your shaft words are lined up on the right side, like at the same kind of distance. Whatever that, there's a term for that. I don't remember what it is. I've used Google Docs plenty, but not enough apparently. The strip jungle wood pillars, I'm actually gonna, again, bring each of them up by 1 and connect them across the top with sideways strip jungle wood. Again, for those of you who did build chapter 1 and have done it recently enough, you'll remember this step, I'm sure. And the rest of the ceiling I'll fill in with beehives that'll face left to right. It should be the same. Actually, I'm going to switch it. It should be the same as the previous room. It doesn't matter if the notches are the same way. It just has to either be on the left or the right. But I always like to make it the same way. Try to, because there is, if you look, you can tell the difference. It's really obscure. It's only like if you were looking for it. Obviously, it's different if it's like that, because you can very much see that. But like this, you can see that they're mirrored, but it doesn't really make a difference at the end of the day. I care enough, though. Cool. For the lighting, from the, you know, entrance here, from the, I guess, the beginning of chapter, or the end of chapter 1, not the beginning, which I guess is the actually beginning of chapter 2. You want to take the second jungle wood pillar on the ceiling, and you'll break the center 2 jungle, replace them with ochre frog lights, and have oak trap doors on the underside. You'll then go all the way down, and where you have the utility shaft signs directly above them, and also shifted left a block for some reason. It's like that. It's kind of in the corner. Couldn't tell you why. Wish I had an answer, but unfortunately I don't. You want to come one more pillar forward, as in the strip jungle. These are going to be the pillars, I guess, is what I'll call them. And in the top left corner, you'll place an upside down jungle slab. We're going to ignore upside down and right side up, so when I say diagonally, it's half a block. Because you want to just bring this down diagonally right continually with those half blocks until you reach the other wall. You want to take not the furthest right of those slabs, but one more to the left, which would be this guy, and extend it back with a jungle slab. You'll bring this guy up diagonally right by really just 1 is all you need, and also down diagonally left by 2, and it should give you this. From that row, you'll take not the furthest left slab, but one to the right, and you'll do a similar thing. You'll extend it back by 1, but this time you're just going straight left and right. There's no diagonal. Cool. This is where details already start to get a little bit all over the place. Real quick, I know it did not take long. Underneath here, you want to take... Should we just lay out this whole area? How far can we go, actually? Oh, I'm lagging. That's good. I'm going to go as far as I feel like going, which doesn't really say much. Get rid of your jungle slabs and get out oak slabs. And start from the left wall here and extend out with 3 chiseled bookshelves. Upward facing strip jungle wood. Just assume that all of them are upward facing. I can't be bothered to say that. 2 chiseled bookshelves, which you want to face outward fully this time, because then you'll want an oak slab, and you'll want to make sure that that side is not the, you know, open side. Another chiseled bookshelf. Strip jungle wood. 4 oak planks? Yes. A strip jungle wood. And then you'll extend left with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. Then extend towards you with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. If you want to watch the directions I'm placing these, by the way, to make sure you get it right, you can, because I realize not everybody knows the layout like I know it. You'll then go another 4 chiseled bookshelves and strip jungle wood, and we'll stop there. Well, for this side. Because you can't actually bring this jungle left, which is that way, by 4 with oak slabs? Yes, 4. And then you'll have another strip jungle wood there. You'll then extend that back towards the little entrance area with 3 chiseled bookshelves, oak slab, stripped jungle wood, and then you will go left with 4 chiseled bookshelves. This wall will change a little bit later. Strip jungle wood, chiseled bookshelf, oak slab, chiseled bookshelf, stripped jungle wood. Then you'll go back towards the build here with 4 oak planks, 2 stripped jungle wood, and then you will head right with, I'm going to say, a chiseled bookshelf, stripped jungle wood, chiseled bookshelf, oak plank. Both the oak plank and strip jungle wood you'll extend towards you here with more strip jungle wood. So you'll kind of have these weird notches. And then that oak plank you will extend back towards the build with a strip jungle, oak plank, strip jungle. Actually, another strip jungle after that, so 2 strip jungle would be there. And then, ooh, that was my shoulder. You'll then go right with 4 sideways stripped oak wood, a strip jungle, which you'll also bring towards you by 1 again. But then you'll take that back strip jungle and extend it right with 2 chiseled bookshelves, oak slab, chiseled bookshelf, stripped jungle wood, and then you will extend back towards the build with what should be 4 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, and then you will connect with 3 more chiseled bookshelves. Like so. And that's your very strange layout that kind of looks like a Tetris block. It's not quite. It's like 2, actually. You got like the long one here with the little zigzag, or I guess the lightning bolt, and you got the right angle. I don't know. You can start by filling in your floor with oak planks. There are 2 or 1 exception. And one exception I'll point out. Basically, like directly from the, staircase, like the very end here, this row of chiseled bookshelf, just like off of in front of it, in the floor you'll have a row of 4 sideways stripped oak wood like so. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you right now. There's a couple other things we'll have to break later, but I'd rather wait and break those when we need to. Another thing I want to talk about real quick, as we're here. There is a part in this chapter that will require a command block, because it's the part where you get bonked on the head by Sammy and then teleported to wherever, Narnia, I guess. There's 2 things that are fun with this. One of which being that room actually ends up under the ink machine room in the game, and I didn't realize this until I started the area, and I was too lazy to change it. So I'll mention exactly where that is and when we hit it, but I just kind of put it above the map. I don't actually have the ink machine room, so I can't show you here. As you can see, there's a whole lot of no ink machine, but yeah, just something I figured I'd point out. Anyway, you should have this from that point. You'll bring each... Really just copy the whole wall palette 3 more times. The only thing, obviously, is you're replacing chiseled bookshelves with stripped oak wood, and where there's oak slabs, just kind of leave alone for now. Oh, that's not it. But yeah, and then we'll come back to them in a bit. They're definitely weird in this room, but I think they're more consistent in this chapter than they were in the first. I feel like I changed them in the first at one point, but I could be wrong and I'm just imagining things. Very possible. If anyone has anything exciting to share, do feel free to let me know in the comments. I don't know. He's just saying that in streams now. And it's transferring to tutorials, apparently. It started with Twitch streams, then crawled its way to YouTube streams, and now it's in YouTube tutorials. Also, I should mention, the sideways stripped oak wood row, I'm sorry, will be brought up with oak planks by 3 rows. It's literally just a baseboard for a desk, I think? Or like the backing of a desk, or something like that. I really have no idea. I just work here. Anyway, you should end up with this. Get rid of your... Oh, brother. We're going to need the oak signs, so preferably not those. We're going to need most of everything. Just get rid of the oak trap doors and get out oak stairs. And also get rid of the oak roof frog lights and get out barriers. If you don't have barriers, it's /give at s barrier. You should have them, hopefully, from the first chapter, but... On each of the holes, there is an exception to this, but I'm not going to talk about it a ton yet, because it's not really important. What you're gonna want to do is where you have the hole in the wall. If you're looking at it, you want to take the oak slab, and to the left of it and up, you want to replace this stripped oak wood with an upside down oak stair facing right. Up diagonally right from it, which would be basically 2 blocks above the slab, you'll have an upside down stair facing left. You can have a stripped oak wood on top of that, but not insanely important. I'll smack a barrier in the center, and I'll place an oak sign off of either stair, the barrier, and then one to the right of the barrier. For some of these, you won't be able to do all of this, at least eventually. Just start by doing all of it, and we'll have to make a couple minor changes later. But I'm not entirely worried about that yet. I think it's 1 specifically, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, the one that I'm actively looking at is the one that I'm actively building, so... It's this one in the corner, though, I know that gets a little bit strange. Anyway, that should be all of them. What is there, 4? Yes. It's a lot of holes in a singular room. But anyway, you should end up with this. If you want, you can actually stash away those barriers and get back out oak trap doors, because we can do with the one specimen, I'll call it. In the back right-hand corner, this guy right here, you want to basically in the corner place an oak plank with another one on top. You'll have to break a sign for that, but that's not even the thing that I'm worried about. Off of the top oak plank, you'll have an oak trapdoor open against the front and one on top. Off both blocks, you'll have a trapdoor open to the left. You'll have to break another sign for that. You can actually break this barrier in the middle, and if you head to the outside and you crouch off of this top trapdoor and place an oak sign on the back side of it, it'll be a little pushed in, but it is basically the alternative to that, so it works. I'm not gonna complain. But yeah. Now it is time for the fun part. I don't know if it actually is the fun part. We'll do the ceiling. Actually, we'll do two things simultaneously. Get rid of the oak signs and get out black concrete. And on the back side of each of these openings, you just want to fill it out with black concrete. Might also be smart to place one on the oak slab on the underside, because the lighting will, whoopsies, the light will shine through that. And it'll ruin your day. Of course, I wasn't thinking about it when I was building this map. I was thinking I was just going to leave it to keep it brighter, but then I had to go back and do all of them anyway, so I'd recommend doing them. You want to... So for the ceiling here, basically you're going to have a 4x4 kind of tiled pattern. If you just bring each strip jungle wood up by one, and really you can start by connecting this hallway here. And I would take one particular direction and pick that as your primary direction. For me, I'm picking right to left here. So if I bring this one all the way across, that's not really important. But I kind of just want to take all of the strip jungles here on the left wall, and I'm going to bring them all the way to the right until they're, you know, in line with the end. Like so. I can then do the opposite going front to back, and this will end up connecting into the jungles. Now, I don't need to go on top of the walls here. Basically, if I take the left side, I'll just leave a gap of 4, and the 5th row I'll connect, and I'll just keep doing that. Again, it might end up lining up with pillars. It should end up lining up with pillars for the most part. But yeah, it should kind of give you this 4x4 tiled setup like so. Some of them won't be 4x4s exactly. Like, you have that front one for the, from the staircase that is not, but... Anyway, the rest of the ceiling you're filling in with beehives that face left to right. Wow, we're really only 20 minutes in? That's crazy. I guess that's good. The more I can do per part, the better, because with a map like this, it's not like an insanely big map, it's not an insanely complicated map, but the part numbers will add up real quick. And you'll see. Like, Atrium... Who would have thought that'd be 30 parts, right? I mean, I kind of did, actually. I expected or suspected it would be pretty long. Maybe not 31 parts, but, you know. You should have this. Cool. Let's try to get the furnishing done. And I'm kind of just gonna wipe from the front through, because I just like doing it that way better. Don't really think about it, just start building. So clear your inventory and get out the following. Jungle fence. Oak trapdoors. Item frames. Mud brick walls. Oak fence. Structure voids, which again you should hopefully have from chapter 1. I forgot the block. Oh yeah, candles. Something to light them with, so I'll just go flint and steel, but fire charges also work. And anything else that's helpful to us? Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. So starting from the staircase here, directly, I guess not under it, but on the left side, actually, yeah, on the left side underneath this, like, strip jungle here, you're placing a jungle fence. You're then skipping a pillar, and on the third pillar, you're doing the same. On the right wall, kind of just before that third pillar, you want to leave a gap of 1, and place a row of oak trapdoors going floor to ceiling against the wall here. In front of the bottom 2, you'll do the same. Only with the 2, though. On this portion of the wall where you have that stripped oak wood row in the floor, you want to place a row of oak trapdoors off the chiseled bookshelves. They should be off the top half. On the leftmost block, you want to place 2 candles that are ignited, and on the furthest right, you want a singular candle. You'll also want a singular candle on the floor. Does not seem to be lit on fire. Let me check if it's emitting light. It is not. But I get the sense that I'm being lied to, so... yeah, I'm going to take not the furthest right trapdoor, but one over, and I'll place a white candle on the floor, or a candle on the floor here, not a white, just a regular one. It doesn't appear to be ignited, although it probably should be. I would imagine that most of them are, but... Actually, I'm going to say no. I gotta trust myself. Yeah, no, it definitely isn't. But again, that doesn't really mean much with me. To the left of that, you want to, against the wall, place a mud brick wall with a structure void both to the right of and in front of that structure, or that wall, sorry. Oak fence on the mud brick wall, and 2 item frames in front of the fence on the wall. From the back more item frame, you'll bring it up and then back. Any other item frames? No. That's cool. We can... Well, no, we'll wait, actually. Trace, or come to the, like, right side here, this front right corner where you have this row of stripped oak wood on the base of the wall. You should have had 3 rows of oak planks above it, by the way. I mentioned that in the middle of that, so I just want to make sure if anybody didn't listen as I was doing that you have the oak here. Oak trapdoor row off the stripped oak wood, same way, and you just want 1 candle off both the left and the right trapdoors that are on fire. From the... which one will it be? Out of the center 2, you'll take the leftmost trapdoor, count towards you, and if you're looking at this block like this, you want to have an oak trapdoor open to the right. Crouch and place a trapdoor on top of it like so. And then to the left of either of those, you want trapdoors open to the right, which will give you a chair. If you prefer it to be like this, you can. I didn't because I didn't want it to be in line with the desk, so I made it a little bit taller. More arched. Also, kind of just off the strip jungle wood here, you'll have a mud brick wall on the floor. Get out oak planks. And against this wall here, you actually want to mirror this kind of weird thing in the... I don't want to say the opposite corner, but I guess, yeah, it's like 3 blocks over. It's right here. You'll have the 2 oak planks. Oak trapdoors off this side. And then I want... Really off each side of this top block, you'd want a trapdoor. You don't have to place one in this corner if you don't want, but I'm going to, since you technically should have it. You can then get rid of the oak planks and get out oak logs. It has to be logs here. And what you're going to want to do is, between these 2 coffins is what they are, you have these 2 oak planks. You'll count out a row, break those, and another row forward to break a 2x2. You'll fill it with oak logs that should face upward, so I'll have to fill a row under just to get the placement. And on this front left log, you'll have a candle ignited. To your left, this strip jungle pillar, you'll have oak trapdoors open against the bottom 2. You can then get rid of the oak logs and get out ochre frog lights, and come around the corner here, and on this wall with the little hole, I guess, you want to take the top left stripped oak wood, break it along with one to the right. Ochre frog lights, oak trapdoors off them, opened against them. Also, kind of in the middle of the hallway here, you will take out of the center 2 blocks. I'll take the right one. 1 block in front of these slabs, so not the very first one, but 1 more. You'll place an oak trapdoor open to the left. To the left of it, you want to actually place 2 trapdoors coming off, although the second one wants to be open against the previous one to kind of give you this little table. Although it's not a table, because you want to take the left trapdoor and bring it up with another trapdoor that is open in the same direction, which will give you a chair. According to my very, very good calculations, that is all that we need to do. Although one thing I noticed I messed up, the 2 item frames here, this top row, you will bring another block towards the wall, so it's 3. I don't know how I missed one, but clear your inventory. I'd recommend keeping your structure voids, not in your hotbar. Like, I always say clear your inventory, but it technically should be clear your hotbar. Unfortunately, I've said it for too long, so I'm not changing it now. But anyway, get out the following. You want block of coal, dark oak fence gates, both blackstone and sandstone walls, oak fence that I apparently missed. Did we use oak fence? Oh yeah, we did. Darn it. Dark oak sign, yellow banner, black stained glass panes and beehives. And that will be so close to finishing the room. So close yet so far. If you are back at the beginning, you're going to look at the original desk we started with. On top of the right, more of the middle two trapdoors, you'll have a dark oak fence. Are you not? Okay. Scamming me. Off of the block behind that suspicious candle, you want to place a block of coal in the wall. Why is there a random barrier? Why? What are you doing? Who is putting that there? Anyway, I'm afraid to ask questions. The top left corner of this wall, you replace with a block of coal, which will bring in either direction by one along that particular wall. Off these top two blocks of coal, you'll place blackstone walls. They extend right with a sandstone and then another blackstone. Cool. Direct your attention to the other little desk thing, and underneath the center two blocks, you want to replace the oak planks with coal. If you're looking at it, the right more coal you'll bring out. And actually, above that trapdoor, the right more of the center two, you'll place a dark oak sign. Doesn't have anything on it. Left of it, a yellow banner. I want to say this is one of the VHS tapes, but I could be wrong. I don't remember. But above that banner on the top row of this wall, you'll have a sandstone wall. Blackstone walls kind of surrounding it. Before I forget it again, to the right of this strip jungle pillar that is to the right of that desk, you'll just place two oak fence coming up from the floor. Nice. Where you have the coffins, the top of the center of the wall, you'll break both planks and replace them with block of coal. You actually only want it on the right one because you want both blocks on the ceiling instead. I apologize. So you can you get rid of anything? Yeah, dark oak fence gates you won't need, so I'll just replace that like so. Turning to your left again, this wall panel, it should be the only blank one, at least on this particular portion, still near the coffins. You want to break the center two chiseled bookshelves and also two rows above it. Bottom left is a block of coal. Every other block is a beehive that should face really any direction but forward. You just don't want to see those notches. You'll break the oak plank in line with either row of that in the floor and replace with block of coal. Off of the bottom right and top left beehives, you want black stained glass panes. And then above this top pane, you want a blackstone wall, which will be brought left by one, along with right with a sandstone wall and then another blackstone wall. Should give you this. Leaky pipes. Clear your inventory one more time for this room and get out oak buttons, oak signs, mud bricks, spruce trap doors. Is there anything behind it? Doesn't matter if there's anything behind them, does it? Nope, there isn't anyway. And painting? And that should finish off, I think, this portion. As far as I can see, yeah. Off of the top right, beehive, oak button. Below it, another button, and to the left of that button, an oak sign. In the funny little, divots here near the coffins, you want to take the only one you can actually access, and you'll place off of the bottom stripped oak wood a spruce trap door open against it. Above it, you'll replace the stripped oak wood with a mud brick and have an oak button off of that mud brick. You want to do the same thing again in a different area, which is not a divot. This blank wall, kind of leading to this, I guess, exit point, which is now currently the exit point. You want to take, I'll say, the bottom right stripped oak wood, count left, spruce trap door open against it. Above that, you'll replace the stripped oak here with a mud brick, oak button off of it. The second block to the left of the trapdoor, you'll place a 1x2 painting off of. I like it to be this guy. Mario or whatever. Definitely isn't Mario, but he looks like Mario. And that's all the qualification I need to call it Mario. Anywho. So, just to kind of gain our bearings here, I want to make sure that this is kind of as it should be, which it is. Cool. Clear your inventory then. And get out the following. Oak planks. Stripped jungle wood. Chiseled bookshelves. Where are they? There they are. Stripped oak wood. I practically highlighted them as I was there 3 times there too. Oak slabs. Oak stairs. Beehives. Oh, that's mildly infuriating. And we'll go barriers and oak signs. Why not? Behind this row of oak slabs, you want to place a row of oak planks. Just so we know that the floor is a block higher, because you're going to want to take the strip jungle wood on the right side, we'll say, just one block up, and extend it out with 3 oak planks, and then again another strip jungle wood. Should still be facing up. Right of that, you want a chiseled bookshelf, oak slab, 2 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood facing up, 4 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood, extend that jungle wood back by 1, back with an oak slab, chiseled bookshelf, then 2 more strip jungle wood facing up. Why is this wall like this? Left of that one, you want 2 chiseled bookshelves, and I'd preferably have them facing into each other like so. Because then you want a gap of 1 and another chiseled bookshelf, which I'll have facing left, because you have a hallway here. So keep that in mind. Another strip jungle wood from there. Then 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. And then you'll extend back towards the beginning with another strip jungle wood, who would have guessed. 2 oak planks. Strip jungle wood. Oak plank. Strip jungle wood, and then 2 more oak planks. Like so. You'll then just fill in the floor with oak planks. Like so. And you want to go in the doorway? I'll actually tell you. Yeah, you can. No point in not. Hopefully you can get the kind of drill from here. Each chisel bookshelf is brought up with 3 stripped oak wood, and the jungle and oak planks are just brought up by themselves. And for the oak slabs, you can actually do those sections right now, if you remember how to do them. Which is basically, again, just you'll take this bottom oak slab, count left, up, upside down oak stair facing right, count up, right, upside down oak stair facing left, and stripped oak wood on top. At least getting that part done is probably for the better. I'm gonna go quick with those, I think, a lot of the time now, because I am frankly sick of making them. Just got back in it and I'm already done. Also, make sure you go over the doorway with the top 2 blocks. I think part of that is gonna have to be destroyed. A little bit of the walls here is weird, right? Yeah, I think it's just that section, though. Well, there's one other section that has something weird going on, but it's not the same as that one. Because that one we can actually do right now, the other one we can't. Because of inventory space. Not because of anything else. You should have this. For the section with the door, you can replace that top row of stripped oak wood with sideways stripped jungle wood. And then you're going to want the same beehive kind of ceiling pattern going on here. Now, if you go a block above the walls, you'll place a row of left to right, or beehives facing left to right, just kind of at the front here. This doesn't line up, unfortunately, because you're bringing it back by 3 rows, and then behind that you're having a full row of stripped jungle wood sideways that, you know, will just go all the way along the hallway. And then it's the same thing where you have the 4x4 squares from this point, except they aren't 4x4, they're going to be 4x3, since this hallway is not lined up properly with that. Sometimes it's like that. The other thing we can quickly get done with these 2 holes in the wall is smacking the barrier in the middle along with your oak signs off each stair, the barrier, and then the block to the right of the barrier. Like so. Is that all we can do with this set of materials? I think so. Yeah, so you can clear your inventory, and I actually want to just immediately get out the black concrete, and I just want to black off the backs of these things with black concrete. Which should look something like, hold on, like this. You could use block of coal for those if you want. I think I mentioned that at one point in chapter 1, but I don't remember. Get out the following now. Black stone walls. Sandstone walls. Oak trap doors. White candle, or regular candles, not white candles. I don't know why I keep saying white. Flint and steel. You want the bendy banner. Hopefully you'll have this. If not, you can see the patterns there that are used for them, and you should be able to just run back into the chapter 1 map and do it. If not, I'll show you really quick at the end of the tutorial how to make it, but I'm not going to show you that just yet. You also will want block of coal and a mud brick wall. And also actually oak wood. That's oak logs, not wood, sorry. From the beginning of this new area, you want to be on the left side here at the top, and from the second strip jungle pillar on this wall, you'll have a sandstone wall off of it, blackstone wall either side. That makes sense. From the back left corner, you're going right from here, and you're placing an oak trap door. 2 candles on the next block over that are ignited, and then the next block over, you'll have an oak trap door. The center 2x2 of this wall panel you'll break and replace with oak logs that face outward. Again, you're going to need some blocks behind it, like so, and then you can just fill it in like so. Off that bottom left oak log, you'll want your bendy banner. Again, if you don't have it, that is fine, but if you can place it, that's better. But I'll show quickly, just before we're done after this room. From the row of jungle, or the jungle pillar to the right of this, you'll have a sandstone wall at the top with a black stone wall left and right again of it. Heading into the end of this hallway, if you're looking at the hole in the wall here, you want to take the, I guess, back left and place a mud brick wall. Back right, singular candle ignited. Between them, well, not actually between them, out a row, you're breaking the floor and replacing it with block of coal. Left block is being brought towards you. One more row forward, you'll trace to the right, and you'll have a couple oak trap doors open against the wall from the bottom there. That's the tutorial. Now, if you want me to show you how the bendy banner is made pattern-wise, I can do that. Just kidding, I can't actually block pick it. That's annoying. I'm just going to use the one I have as reference. You'll need a loom, a yellow banner. Did I get the pop-up for that? No, I didn't. Both black and yellow dye, and that's all. Okay, now it let me. I'm just lagging hardcore, apparently. Put down your loom and your yellow banner in. You want the black in, and you want base fest, which is the line along the bottom. You'll want, with yellow dye, the line down the left and right, which is pale sinister and pale dexter, or whatever order. Black dye back in. That is not in. There we go. You'll want the circle, which is the roundel pattern. Put back in your yellow, and you'll do the triangle at the top, which is inverted chevron. And then you can actually leave it like that if you want, but black dye and the border pattern inside also looks pretty good. And there you go. Now I got 2. And yeah, make sure you keep that in your inventory, or just know that it's here, because you're going to really want it. But anyway, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that's Batum Chapter 2, Part 1 complete. That's not a terrible amount of progress. Just kind of giving, like, a quick run through. We got, like, for this main area, we're almost actually already to the music room, whatever it's called, music production. That's not the right word. What is it called? I can't remember. Music department, that's, I think, the wording. So yeah, not really a huge chapter overall, because I think the second half is probably shorter, although there is the chase scene, which I do find fairly short, because it is like 30 seconds of gameplay. It doesn't mean that building it is that quick, but you know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.